The rich really, really want you to think that they're just better than you. Better looking, smarter, more talented. They deserve their fancy cars and mansions and private jets. You don't. Or maybe you could succeed if only you studied harder or worked harder. The implication is clear. They earned it. They're superior human beings. But what if I told you it doesn't have to be this way? There's a country out there with a similar culture and history and geography, where the richest people aren't 20 or 50 times richer than the average worker, but about 20 or 50 times poorer. Denmark. In Denmark, the CEO of Lowe's makes about the same as an average worker. Denmark, where the richest families are often less wealthy than some mid-sized companies. Denmark, where top executives make about $1 million a year. America. You ever wonder how the CEO of your local hardware store gets paid compared to the person helping you find that one weird screw you need? Let's play a game. Guess how much more the CEO of Lowe's makes than an average worker? 3 times? 10. Take a guess. The real answer? 557 times more. 557 paychecks against one. For McDonald's, it's over 1,200 times. This isn't fiction. This is Felix Allen, who started at Lowe's for $12 an hour. It's the laundry lady, making less than 15, supporting a family. It's a former McDonald's manager, seeing the gap from the inside. It wasn't always like this. Go back to the 1960s. That gap was about 20 to 1. Manageable. Back in 1979, when Lowe's went public, profits had clear paths. Reinvest in the business, pay shareholders, or pay your workers. Simple. The ratio was about 25 to 1. Companies innovated. Strong unions often meant living wages. But then, something shifted. A new philosophy took over. Maximize shareholder value at all costs. The tool? Stock options. Instead of a straightforward salary, CEOs started getting paid in their own company stock. Here's how it works. Imagine you and your friends run a lemonade stand. You're doing well. Your stand is the best in town. People line up for blocks to get your famous pink lemonade. So you decide to expand. You hire more staff, buy more lemons, set up more stands. But now you're making less money per glass. Your bottom line is down. Investors see this and panic. They demand you do something drastic. So you fire your staff, keep the money you would have paid them, and watch your stock price soar. Congratulations. You followed the rules. You maximized shareholder value. You may have made a ton of money for your investors, but your lemonade stand isn't nearly as good anymore. The quality is down. The secret recipe is out. No one wants your lemonade anymore. This is the magic of capitalism without regulation. And it's destroying our economy from within. The rich can afford armies of lawyers and lobbyists. They use them to change the rules to their favor. They rig the game so they win no matter what. It's no coincidence that as the CEO pay has skyrocketed, so has the amount of money spent on lobbying. These days, a CEO's pay is mostly stock. A big chunk of that stock comes from one source: buybacks. Buybacks. When a company buys back its own stock, it artificially inflates the price of the remaining stock. The result? Higher compensation for top executives. Between 1980 and 2018, companies spent over $4 trillion on buybacks. $4 trillion. At the same time, they cut jobs and froze wages. Remember the massive tax cuts a few years ago? Companies promised they'd share the wealth with workers. What happened? Token bonuses. The real windfall? Record-breaking buybacks. It's no wonder trust is eroding. It's no wonder people feel forgotten. All around us, executives and investors are taking the average worker's paycheck and burning it. Quite literally. Almost half of all public companies have no worker on their board. Nearly 80% of S&P 500 companies have no worker representation among their top shareholders. We are excluded from the very institutions that are supposed to represent us. Our economic era began with a choice made by investors, CEOs, and politicians to prioritize profit over people. We face a defining moment. We can either continue down this path towards greater inequality and injustice, or we can chart a new course. Imagine an economy where workers and shareholders are both thriving. Imagine an economy that isn't rigged for the wealthy few, but built for the benefit of everyone. We can imagine it, but we must also fight for it. Because no matter how much they'd like you to believe otherwise, the rich are not superior human beings. They're playing a rigged game and winning. It's time we change the rules.